Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, March the 1st, 2023. Tuesday, March the 1st. Well, let's see what's going on. Not a whole lot. I mean, this didn't interest me at all. Diane and Jack sit Kyle down, tell him they're leaving town for a while because Jeremy Stark's out and, they don't like his little veiled threats. And Kyle's like, wait, veiled threats? Then why didn't I know he was, they're like, no, look, he just sent a book from, our time, in LA. No, don't worry about it. But what we're doing is we're kind of diffusing the situation. We're gonna, fly away, and this way maybe he'll lose interest and leave town. As if that would work, right? As if he would lose interest. So they leave. Kyle is getting ready to leave society, and Stark comes in. And he's talking about Kyle's, you stay away from my mother and don't send these, veiled threat packages to my mother. And he goes, well, I'm surprised she would take it that way. It wasn't meant that way. It was just a part of our history, some fond memories. So I didn't mean that as a threat. By the way, I am looking for Diane. And he goes, uh, my mother and father have left town. They've decided they were going to take some time to themselves and just leave you behind, in their thoughts. And I suggest, since they're not here, you leave too, because I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to stand for you sending my mother. Kyle tried to step to a criminal like he had some clout in his belt when he had none. Kyle, I don't think Kyle's ever even been punched. Give him a good punch. Let's see if he gets up. Kyle's been privileged, spoiled, rotten, everything else, and has some stinking nerve. Stark said, oh, look at you. It didn't faze him. He goes, you know what? I won't be going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make Genoa City my home. And Kyle looked at him. He said, I love the atmosphere, so I'm not going anywhere. And then Jeremy turns and walks away from him and goes on into the restaurant. And Kyle and walks out. And I'm thinking, yeah, what you gonna do, Kyle? What you gonna do? So then we have Jack and Diane at the cabin. Boy, did I fast forward that. Because of course, Jack had called ahead to who? Right? Flower, roses in there, and some champagne. Oh, get out of here, Jack. So they're in their robes, probably after hitting the sheets, and oh, it's just the best. And I fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Nope, don't want to see that, right? So now we have, let's see, Victoria and Victor had some nerve, everybody, summoning Ashley to Newman Enterprises. And she goes, Ashley's just as coy as she want to be, sits down, and they proceed to give their suspicions on who paid Tucker's debt. And she goes, and we think it's you. And she's like, oh, really? Why would I do that? And so they give her their reasons and what they feel. She goes, it's interesting, but interesting that you think I would pull something like that off. But you know what? It's actually none of your business. Well, we want to buy McCall Unlimited. And we want to know, if you bought his debt, what's your end game? What's your this? What's your that? Ashley doesn't give them nothing, right? Nothing. As a matter of fact, she goes, you may want to look at Devon. He's got the money. And Victoria's like, no, Devon has cut ties with his father. He wouldn't buy his debt, Ashley. And my mother has a theory that, see, you're still emotionally entangled with Tucker, and you probably bought his debt. And she goes, interesting theory. Interesting theory, but no. So anyway, Ashley at one point is getting up, and Victor, Ashley, no, sit down, Ashley, sit down. So she sits back down only because she's entertained by their actions. She's watching the way they're working, right? And so they end up really going right back into the same train of thought. And I thought, why would she sit back down? Right? Because Victor's like, if in fact you did buy the debt, which we think you did, we want to work with you because we want to relieve you of that debt. And we want you to, we want to take McCall Unlimited. So she goes, well, you know what? Tucker, it's his company. He could sell to whoever he wants to sell to. And obviously he's changed his mind, didn't want to sell with you. There's nothing I could do. And Ashley's like, but this has been interesting, but I gotta go. So she gets out of there, and Victor's sitting in his chair. Because Ashley that took him a call. I mean. So Victoria leaves. She goes, Ashley, she's behind it. And Victor says, well, how do you figure that? I don't know. She goes, no, I was watching her as we're talking, and I was watching her eyes. And in her eyes, she had this protective look. So Victoria is a musician, a musician, right? Because I'm sorry, Ashley was looking at them like, I can't believe you two. Huh? Thinking you're going to get something out of me. Look at you scrambling. How do these eyes show I want to protect anybody? Really? She didn't go, And every time they say his name, she didn't go, ooh, no. Come on, that was stupid. Victoria, you don't know Jack, right? Only thing you know is you want to jump Nate's bones as soon as he walks through your office doors. That's all you know, Victoria. So they got no further than they were before that meeting started. Good, Ashley. Good for you. So now we have Devon. He is meeting Tucker. He sits down. Tucker goes, oh, good, you came. And he takes his little scarf off, sits down, and goes, yes, I did. Like I said, you have 30 minutes. And don't you dare lie to me. So Tucker takes well, I am well aware of the time frame that you gave me. And I'm so sad, so glad and happy that you chose to come and hear me out. Because what I'm thinking, oh my God, man, you spent 10 of those minutes getting nowhere, Tucker. Speed it up, right? So tells Devon, I'm getting ready to offer you a proposition that could change your life. And Devon says, see, is that kind of talk that makes me completely not interested and not trust me, something that'll just change my life, huh? And so Tucker, he's talking and he says, here, Devon, what I want to do is I want to offer you my entire company, McCall Unlimited. And Devon looks at him. I'm diversing myself. That's from my past. So I want to offer it to you. And Devon says, really? Now, why would you want to offer your entire company to me? Why? You want to do this so we'll have some kind of bond now that will bind us together forever? So Tucker looks at Devon and Tucker says, we already have that bond, Devon. And Devon kind of looked at him like, oh, shoot, yeah, he's right. That is my father, right? Hello, Devon. So Tucker says, no, look, it's no secret. He goes, oh, what? What? You want me to buy your company so I could bail you out of the debt you're in? Why would I want to do that? And he goes, Devon, it's not just bailing me out of the debt. He said, because see, I'm going to give you a special, I've got offers, but I want to give you the special family discount. I'll give it to you for a good price. He said, I'm going to tell you what. See, you are the right man to take McCall Unlimited into new heights, to lead it in the right path. He said, you are a man of integrity and you're qualified to do it. I would be honored to have you lead the way. He says, and in my mind, I'm thinking, because he should have brought up, like, when I gave you part of my music division that I had back then, look at what you did with it. Phenomenal. I would have threw that back in Devon's face. That's how he got his first company. His daddy gave it to him, right? So Tucker says, he says, and look, I'm going to be frank with you. I heard, that you're getting ready. You got some legal issues coming up with Chancellor Winters, them not wanting to sell you back your company. He says, I looked at a lot of the, a lot of the documents or filings from your merger that, that were public. And he goes, looks rock solid to me, Devon. A rock solid merger. He said, so there's a good chance you're not going to win this. He goes, oh, so, okay. So in other words, you're betting on the fact that I'm not going to win. And Tucker says, no. I'm not betting on the fact that you're not going to win. He says, but a backup plan would be great. And so Devon is looking at him. He said, because with the power of McCall Unlimited in your back pocket, that gives you options, Devon. That gives you options. Because remember, one of the things Devon said to Lily and Jill, oh, you're going to give me all this money and, oh, I get to keep the name, but I got to start from scratch. What kind of deal is that for me? Well, guess what? Now he doesn't have to start from scratch. And he's starting in a much better place. And Tucker said, with my company, Devon, you're going to give Chancellor and Newman kind of a run for their money. You see, look, McCall Unlimited ain't no small yeah, he may have sold off pieces, but it's no small company at all, right? And he says, and look, Devon, if in fact you win, okay, do you realize now, as that's what he said, now with both of those companies, now you're formidable against Chancellor and Newman Enterprises. And so Devon just sat back and he looked and he thought, that actually could be. He didn't tilt his hand because, Devon, he never makes a rush decision, which I like about him. He thought, he goes, because he's thinking, oh, I'll have some negotiating power, right? And so he looked at Tucker. He goes, well, our 30 minutes are up. He didn't, because he's not about to give an answer right now. Devon doesn't, that ain't how he roll, right? So Tucker said, look, talk to your network, your sphere of people you listen to. He goes, hey, talk to Abby. Abby hates me. Abby, I can definitely say from what I can tell, has your best interest at heart. Because this is a good move, Devon. This could be powerful for you. And so Tucker gets up, thank you so much for your time. And he walks away. And so Devon goes home, and Abby's there. And he tells her, she goes, wait, he offered you what? And he's like, his entire business, his entire conglomerate, McCall Unlimited. And Abby says, wait, wow. And then Devon is saying what Tucker said. And Abby says, well, Devon, I'm telling you, in my opinion, that's true. That's actually a good offer. She goes, because you don't know how this lawsuit's going to turn out. You don't. And you were saying one of your worries is you got to start from scratch. She goes, that's not starting from scratch. It's established. And so Devon is like, I know. I have to admit, he goes, I have to admit I was surprised at it. And he's like, I didn't say no, but he's like, So with Devon's nudging, Abby's nudging, I think he's going to say yes, but he doesn't need to be nudged because Devon already told Tucker, he says, you know what I'm going to have to do before I make any decision? I gotta look at the profit and loss. I gotta look at McCall Unlimited's financial books. And I have to see, do I want to undertake that? And I thought, wise decision, Grasshopper. Wise decision. Now there goes my plan for Adam running McCall, because Adam and Devon's personalities, they can never work together. Never, ever, right? Adam would be in there undermining, trying to figure out he could actually take it for himself. He really would, right? I could see Tucker staying on as a consultant, and Devon would be, well, even though he jacked up the financials, Tucker built a powerhouse, and Tucker knows each department. So for the smooth transition, I would have Tucker explaining the ins and the outs, the do's and the don'ts, explain which ones are nosediving, which departments, and hemorrhaging money. So it could be an excellent, excellent move, everybody. I liked that. And I liked the fact that Devon wasn't stubborn and pig-headed enough to just slam the door in Tucker's face without looking or listening to what the possibility could mean for him. Excellent, excellent. I can't wait to see tomorrow's episode. Monique says, comment corner, everybody. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I think at last check, we're 16 away, 16 subscribers from 1,000. Monique says, Nick wants Sally to say negative things about Adam to appease him. As long as Sally tells Nick what he wants to hear, it's all good, right? And Libby says, I don't have regular TV, so does anyone know why there wasn't a Y&R for Wednesday the 1st? She goes, at least it's not showing up on Paramount Plus. Well, I watched it last night, so maybe it didn't show up earlier, Libby, but I watched Y&R on Paramount Plus. But I do notice sometimes that, you know how when you regularly watch something, that picture usually kind of comes up on your homepage. And usually that picture is supposedly the latest episode. But what I've noticed is really isn't a lot of the times. So what I'll do to refresh Paramount, the app Paramount Plus, I will go to that search hourglass or spyglass, and I'll type in The Young and the Restless. And then the generic picture of The Young and the Restless pops up. And when you click on that generic picture, you can scroll down and you see where it says episodes. And then I click on episodes. And then they have all the episodes. And when you go to the latest, if that date is not there, then it didn't air that day. But if that date, usually you'll find that date in that, what do they call that? So, in the lineup, in the queue. But sometimes the latest one does not show up in the app that we normally click on when you go into Paramount Plus. So, and then Libby goes on to say, Tuesday was another snooze fest, except for Ashley threatening the screws on Tucker. I'm glad you're loving what her plan is. Wait, I'm with you. I'm loving what her plan is. I don't know a lot about how business works, but couldn't Devon insist Lily and Jill and Lily structure something that after they go public, Devon will be paid a certain amount and have the Hamilton Winters name with him while they maintain the actual company and its musicians. That is exactly what Lily and Jill offered him. They offered him, you get to walk with the name and we're going to pay you a hefty amount of money. But what Devon said is, how's that in it for me? I already have more money than I have enough money to start a new company. Yeah, I have the name, but what about the company, what we've built, right? So his whole thing is, why should I be the one to start over? So my whole thing is, like I said, if he buys Tucker's company, he'll have Hamilton Winters' name. He can name part of Tucker's company Hamilton Winters, a division, Hamilton Winters be a division, the music division, right? So anyway, that is what they offered, but they were going to keep, because they understand all of the musicians, the artists, all the rights, Devon's original music company, all of that's in Hamilton Winters. They are keeping all of his probably now 10, 15 years of work. It'll be theirs. So that's what he's like, why should I start from scratch? But look, when you take Tucker's company, from even what Victoria was saying, is Tucker's music division is massive. So when he gave Devon part of that music division back in the day, Tucker's gone on and made a massive music company. Again, look, you do it once, you can do it again, right? Just takes new artists. So anyway, Anita says, I agree with you, Daily Recap Lady, regarding Sally. She is still in love with Adam, no matter what she says. Nick needs to face reality and find someone else. Maybe Phyllis. At least they were more exciting and had fun together. Let's see. Devon and Abby lack chemistry as lovers. They should remain friends only. Audra would have been more exciting if she had not been with Devon's father, Tucker. And then Sabrina says, now I can. Because first Sabrina was saying, I can't hear you, now I can. Well, Sabrina, these are all recorded videos, so the audio in the future is going to be there. Then you would know it's some setting that you have with YouTube, or maybe your YouTube videos will automatically come up muted. You may have to just click the little, microphone or speaker symbol on YouTube. But thank you so much, everybody, for your comments on Comment Corner. That is it for today on The Young and the Restless. I have no idea what's going to happen on Thursday, because Thursdays innately are a snoozer day anyway. I already told you this whole week of The Young and the Restless was going to be just so, and it's living up to that. It is just so. The best thing to me is Ashley, because I like her out of her usual comfort zone and doing what she's doing, adding depth to her character. And I like the fact that, Tucker is trying to reach out to Devon. After the meeting with Devon, he met Ashley at the Abbott house. And to me, Ashley's subtly flirting with him, right? And she gave him the report. He gave her the report. And she goes, okay, then you got your work cut out for you. And he just looks at her, because he goes, he didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. He didn't dismiss it. She said, Tucker, you're going to make it happen, because it's crucial that you make it happen, right? So anyway, everybody, that's it. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.